Welcome back to another episode of Kdrama Weekly.
At Kdrama Weekly, we love our K-dramas and bring you reviews and discussions of a different South Korean drama or film every week.
Yeah, that's right. Each week we dive into major plot points, character development, and arcs in each drama/film. We also try and provide some cultural context to common themes using the knowledge we've gained as K-drama stands.
Yeah! I'm your host, Sandra, and as you heard, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Spencer and Valerie.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah! This episode will be discussing Kill Me, Heal Me.
Mm-hmm.
This is your one and only spoiler warning. If you haven't watched Kill Me, Heal Me yet, go do so now before you come back and listen.
Yeah, you noobs.
Because we'll be spoiling all major plot points during our recap.
Yeah.
Well, not recap, but during our plot discussion.
Yes.
Should I get into the info?
Yes, Valerie.
Get into it.
Kill Me, Heal Me is a 2015 NBC drama. It was written by Jin Soo-won, directed by Kim Jin-man and Kim Dae-jin. It was created by Han Hee. I don't know who that is, or if that's even a person.
Wow.
But it stars Ji-sung, Hwang Jung-um, Park Seo-joon, Oh Min-suk, and Kim Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Park Seo-joon.
I said Park Seo-joon.
Oh, you did?
It was the third one, Sandra.
For some reason, I
Pay
didn't
attention.
register. I didn't
I
register.
can't even believe you, Sandra. I can't
I'm sorry.
even.
Continue on.
Yes, it won quite a few awards, actually.
Good.
Fabulous.
Many awards at the NBC Drama Awards, but you guys can look that up yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ji-sung, the main actor, also won a Daesung for this drama.
Good, as he should.
Yeah. I think that's it. Oh, there was apparently a Chinese remake in 2017.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Same.
Me neither.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Well, give us a synopsis, a summary, Valerie, about what the drama was about.
Yes. Well, this drama is about Cha Do Hyun, a
Cha Do Hyun.
third-generation business heir who developed
A chaebol.
DID.
Yes,
Because of trauma from his childhood.
Yeah. Another mental health drama.
We didn't even plan this. It just turned out like this.
Yeah, that's true. Last week we talked about Psycho, but it's okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he ends up returning to he's been in the US studying because he's a chaebol.
Yeah, they be.
But he
studying over
returns to Korea where he meets Oh Ri Jin, who is a first-year psychiatric resident.
there. Yeah,
And she ends up becoming his
personal psychiatrist.
personal psychiatrist. I said psychiatric. That's what it said. That's what it says. Jesus.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
And there's also Orion, who is Oh Ri Jin's twin brother.
Yeah.
And he begins investigating Cha Do Hyun's family. So it is about how Cha Do Hyun tries to regain control of his life.
And regain his memories because he doesn't remember what caused the trauma that caused his DID.
With the help of Oh Ri Jin.
And his other personality.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow. Take us through the plot.
Yeah, so as Valerie said, we were introduced to Cha Do Hyun.
Cha Do Hyun.
He's
Yeah.
hanging out at the US at the beginning of the drama because he was shipped there. He's getting treatment for his DID. Apparently his family doesn't know because...
No, he's been there.
Well, yeah, he's been there for like forever because he got he went there on his own, I'm pretty sure, because he didn't want to tell his family about it.
No, he got DID. He only realized he had DID when he was over there.
Well, he was shipped there regardless, and so he gets treatment there, and he's hanging out over there getting treatment. But then his Jima calls him over, and she's like, "Get your ass back in Korea. You need to like take over the family company or some
Into the mic.
And so but he's not ready because he's still doing his treatment.
But she doesn't actually want him to take over. She just wants him to hold the position.
Until his dad like gets out of his coma.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. His personality, one of his personalities,
Shinseki.
Shinseki!
decided to do it for him and take his ass back to Korea.
Yeah. Shinseki wants to be president of the company. He wants to take the company back.
I mean, I guess.
He literally says that.
Yeah, like later on, he says that he wants to do it because of, he wants to do it as an atonement for the wrongs that the other child in the basement had to suffer.
Wow, well, yeah, but regardless, he still wants to take over the company.
Yeah. And so he gets to Korea, and he freaks out because he didn't want to be there. He tries to go back to the U.S., but it's too late because his Jima's underlings come and get him. And so he's stuck there now.
Yeah. And the Jima is like, I can't make you president, but you're going to be vice president of this entertainment company we own.
So now he's a vice president. He doesn't want it. And his cousin, he's the president, and his cousin's uncle, I don't know what he is to the company, but he's like higher up.
He's like one of the stakeholders there.
And so they're out to take power of the company and like take it on.
Yeah, because the cousin is like technically older than Cha Do Hyun. So he's like got a claim to the whole.
Yeah, and then there's
kingdom,
a bunch
basically.
of like, they don't want him to take over because technically he's a child out of wedlock.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So they don't like want him to be president of the company, and so begins the struggle for power.
Yeah, one of them power struggles.
Yeah, power struggles. Yeah, there be all the pettiness going around the entire drama with the president. Although I gotta say, the president is much more handsomer than Cha Do Hyun. They really should have changed him to be the Cha Do Hyun.
But he probably isn't as good at acting.
I guess
true.
so.
I feel like that dude's not actually older than Cha Do Hyun in real life.
Probably not. He
Not
doesn't
in
look
real
older.
He looked younger.
Cha Do Hyun guy looks way older.
Yeah, he does. He just got a weird face.
He does. I did think that too, but I was like,
He's
but
got
he's
that
cool,
chiseled
though.
like jaw though.
Chiseled
Chiseled jaw. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, nobody really seems to like Cha Do Hyun. He's a loner.
Well, it's because he acts weird.
Yeah, Banner, I can't believe you didn't sing CM Blue song.
With Julia.
What song is this?
That's their debut
I'm a
song.
loner.
I'm a loner. I
Oh,
can't
I don't
believe
know
you
that
don't
one.
know this. That's their.
Wow.
That's.
I
think
only
that's
know
my
their
favorite
newer
song of
songs.
theirs.
Yeah.
Like from
Anywho,
Cinderella
I can't
onwards.
believe you, Sandra. I can't believe you.
I know
The
Cinderella.
CM Blue Betrayal.
Yeah.
Cinderella!
I don't like that one.
So keep it down over there.
Yeah, keep it down, Sandra.
Well, I can't.
Yeah, Cha Do Hyun, he's a loner. He don't got no friends or nothing.
Except for his secretary.
His secretary.
Secretaries.
Yeah,
He's his
they didn't.
his
They
true
didn't
loyal bro father.
Yeah, they're bros, but they don't reach bromance level.
No, they don't.
They're
I
just
was
the bro
quite
father
sad about
level.
it.
He's more of a bromance level with Shinseki than his secretary.
His secretary
He is.
is like his uncle. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
is. Too.
Yeah.
I thought for a second, I considered that maybe the secretary was really his father.
Wow.
But that didn't pan out.
I
Anyway.
can't believe you.
Yeah, that's my only
Sandra.
complaint about this drama is that there was no broship here.
Yeah, the secretary
No bromance.
is so... Yeah, there is.
There was a hint of it in the last episode when
Yeah.
Shin-segi
Yeah.
and Cha Do
Yeah, I was
Hyun
gonna
were
say
talking.
real
Well, yeah,
bros.
but it wasn't
Bro-fisting
enough.
and everything.
I wanted it to be throughout the whole drama and have their broship develop, have it be in danger, and then have it rescued.
Hey,
Like
Shin-segi was
Waikiki.
just playing
Yes.
hard to get, okay?
Wow. Shin-segi really deep down didn't want anything to do with Cha Do Hyun because Cha Do Hyun is weak.
You're right. He was pretty useless.
Shin-segi and Perry Park were the real broship.
Yeah, you're right.
But they
you're
didn't
right.
even interact.
No, they
This
didn't.
is like-
They did inside of
invalid.
Cha Do Hyun's bed.
invalid.
It was off screen. We just didn't see it.
This
They
is
were
like-
hanging out on Perry Park's boat.
Yeah.
It's like those videos that people make of ships where they ship two people that have never interacted.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
there you go. Yeah. You heard it here. The real broship is between Shin-segi and Perry Park.
Yeah, they were drinking buddies
Yeah, they
inside
were.
Cha Do Hyun's head.
Yeah, when Cha Do Hyun is out having his mental breakdowns, Shin-segi and Perry Park are laughing and having a beer.
This is what they watch for
They're like,
entertainment.
look at this noob.
And then they're like, should I step in this time and take over, or do you want to do it?
Yeah, and then Yuna comes out instead.
Yeah, she's like, step aside, noobs.
Yup.
Carry on.
Anyways.
Anywho, so yeah, he's basically all on his lonesome. His Jima, like Sandra said, don't like him. She only cares about his papa.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I didn't say that, Valerie said.
Oh,
Wait, what?
one of you guys said that.
Oh.
But yeah, his mama is a high-key alcoholic and his papa be slacking in a coma.
She's also, his mama is also, what do you call it?
Not of high class.
Yeah, she's like,
She's like
tacky.
that Bud Light.
wow. She's not, high
She
class.
made that craft beer.
Nope.
Yeah. So nobody likes her either.
Which is rude, but to be
Yeah.
fair, she is
She
kind of
is
like,
kind of annoying.
she like just,
Yeah.
She was too.
she's rude.
Yeah. It's
She's
like calm the
rude.
fuck down, lady.
Like, she's not very like,
Humble?
subtle about things. Like, she could have been subtle and like been like one of those, like
secretly
schemers.
working in the background.
Yeah, like scheming
Like
secretly.
Valerie?
Yup.
Wow. I can't
But
believe you.
instead,
There you go again.
She like reveals all her cards.
I know. She is so
Yeah,
obnoxious
quite
about
useless.
her plans. But yeah.
Didn't plan them very well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there goes Cha Do Hyun. He crosses paths with Ri Jin, who Valerie mentioned was a first year psychiatrist resident.
Yeah,
And so he thinks she's a mental patient.
yeah,
at
because
first,
her mental patient
who she's chasing.
tells him that she's crazy and
Yeah.
that she's a doctor. She even had like fake business cards
and
made up.
everything.
Yup.
Yep.
That patient.
Wow.
She's always trying to run away.
She was like hiding, and then she was caught, and she was all made up and ready to like go out. And she told Ri Jin that it was the latest. It was Baekhyun makeup.
Yeah.
Exo Baekhyun makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Indeed.
trendsetter.
Mhm.
So yeah, he thinks that she's a mental patient, but then she ends up running into Shin-segi after she like throws Cha Do Hyun on the ground.
Yeah, because whenever he gets hit, it triggers one of his other
Shin-segi.
personalities to
Yeah,
come out.
Yeah,
He triggers
mostly
personality
Shin-segi.
switch.
Yep.
Yep. And so, yeah, Shin-segi is Cha Do Hyun's violent personality,
Mhm.
and apparently him and Ri Jin go way back.
Yep.
To Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
way back
wow.
to Jesus.
To Jesus.
Yes. You right. Yeah, so they go way back, but she
This
doesn't even
Jesus.
know it
Yes.
yet. She don't know it yet.
Nope.
And so eventually, after all this nonsense happens, she like after she gets kidnapped and she gets kidnapped by like a drug lord who had like drugs in a jacket.
Yeah,
That
Okay.
Segi stole.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stole it because he didn't like the clothes Cha Do Hyun was wearing.
Yeah,
because
so he-
Cha Do Hyun is too lame.
Yeah,
Yup.
and he can't dress himself. But yeah, so she gets kidnapped and then held captive, and Perry Park appears. And he's the one that goes and supposedly rescues her. So he brings bombs around and
that
everything.
he made with
Yeah,
some
'cause-
rice cooker
'cause-
utensils.
Perry Park makes bombs. That's his hobby.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's his hobby. Fishing
He's-
and bombs.
He's
drinking.
he's an ajushi from. Does he have Busan Satori?
No, that's
He has
What is
I
his
don't know what
Satori?
Satori it is,
different
but he has Satori.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he goes and tries to rescue her, but he's unsuccessful, so he gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
But then she's able to like catch on to the personality switches,
Yes.
and so that's when she starts to get suspicious because she's seen this dude like a couple times now, and there's been like 3 different instances where he's acted differently 3 different times.
Mhm,
So she
mhm.
catches on. But yeah,
His
so
Satori is from Jola.
Where is
Oh.
that? It's in southwestern Korea, in the Honam region.
Mm-hmm.
In the what?
Honam region,
Yes.
which
Mm.
includes the city of Gwangju.
I've heard of Gwangju a lot before.
It was
Mm.
known as the Jola province during the Joseon era.
Yes. I've heard of that place many a time.
Cool. I like Satoris.
I do too.
Same.
My favorite is the Busan Satori. I know
It's
that's
also
super
good.
basic, but
Shout out
great.
to Taekyon Oppa, who is from Busan and has Busan Satori.
Jung was from Busan
Mhm.
too.
Yonghwa!
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, eventually Ri Jin becomes his a secret physician because she is also a student under the psychiatrist who is treating Cha Do Hyun in the U.S.
originally
a couple
yes.
years back.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ends up that dude ends up recommending Ri Jin because she asked about like DID.
And she's
And
also
so-
like his favorite student and
Yeah.
like most gifted student, I guess.
So
Yep.
she becomes his secret physician who's in charge of making sure that his personalities don't come out and cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
And
she's
run
basically
amok.
babysitting him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
At first she doesn't want to do it, but then she like ends up deciding to do it.
yeah.
After she meets Yosob,
Yes.
yes.
who is Cha Do Hyun's suicidal personality.
He's a
Yep.
teenager
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
twin brother of Yuna,
Mhm.
who is
Which is actually Yona. Her name is Yona.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yona.
Yeah.
Well, they call her Yuna
I
though.
think they
Mhm.
say Yona, but it just sounds like Yuna.
Yes. So Yosop is the Korean version of Joseph. And so he first appeared like in Cha Do Hyun's like high school days when he first wanted to commit suicide.
Mhm.
And then after that personality appeared, then Yuna appeared, who is like the Korean version of Jonah. And
Yeah.
so she appeared to like balance
Offset.
out the suicidal because she's all like
about
full
life.
of life. So
Yep.
she's all about it and
Mhm.
shit.
Yep.
Mhm. So yeah, she
So far we have personalities. We have Shin Segi,
Mm-hmm.
we have Perry Park, then we have Yosob and Yuna. So we have 4 personalities.
yes.
And then including
Cha Do Hyun.
Cha Do Hyun. So there's 5 total.
Mhm.
And then later on, a new personality comes out who they think its name is Nana, but later we find out that Nana is that personality's stuffed bear.
Yes.
And we'll save that personality till the end because it involves the plot twist in the drama.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were we talking about?
I don't know. Oh, Ri Jin comes on as his secret physician to
yes.
keep all the the personalities in check.
From running amok.
And
But yeah, she ends up like not telling her parents about it or her brother.
for whatever reason.
I really don't know why.
There was no reason for her not to
There
tell
really
them.
wasn't.
Yeah.
So she told them that she was going to John Hopkins to do like an internship there or whatever.
Because that's what her doctor offered her, because he was like, you should go here instead of helping Cha Do Hyun.
Yeah, because she kept getting like hurt when she would go and
Yeah, because she got kidnapped.
She
with,
got kidnapped
Cha Do Hyun.
and shit. She almost got blown up.
Yeah.
It was
Yep,
a
yep.
whole thing. Yeah. And then her brother, he's secretly in love with her. But it's okay. It's
Because
not
they're not real
incestual.
brothers. Or
They're not
So
real
calm
siblings.
down. Calm down. Yeah.
They're not real siblings.
They kidnapped Ri Jin when she was young.
Yeah,
so
she
it's
was
all
adopted.
good. And they claim to be twins.
Yeah, because they're the same
Yeah.
age.
But he's secretly in love with her.
And he's also secretly the famous writer Omega, which, if you guys recognize the Ri Jin actress and Park Seo-joon, you know that they're from She Was Pretty. And that's kind of a callback to She Was Pretty also, because Siwon's character in that is also a famous secret writer.
But
Rob.
what this was
Kill
this
Me,
drama?
Kill Me came out first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that in She Was Pretty, it's a callback to Kill Me, Heal Me.
Well, you said it, so
okay,
then
you
it
said it
sounded the other way.
Well, sorry, that's
Get
not
it
what
together.
I meant.
Yeah.
I meant in She Was Pretty, it's a callback to Kill Me, Heal Me.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
this actress seems to always act with the same actor more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was in a drama with the main actor before as well, and then she was in 2 dramas with Park Seo-joon,
Mhm.
and then she's been in 2 dramas I think with that fancy actor Nam Gung Min, the evil dude from
Oh,
She
yes,
Was
yes, yes.
Smells.
Was she?
Mm,
You
yeah.
too?
I'm pretty
I've
sure.
only seen her and She Was Pretty in this.
I was gonna watch that drama where she came out with that dude, but I hadn't gotten around to it.
Yeah, same.
I haven't really heard of many. Has she been in anything recently?
I think so.
don't know. But most of the dramas that she's been in have been silly.
She's good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although she was kind of over the top at some
She
points in this
was,
one. She would just
especially with-
randomly scream.
She
Yeah.
was in that Mystic Pop-Up Bar one.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was in another one. I don't know what that is though.
Interesting.
That one where she's with Nam Gung Min was in 2018.
Yeah. She was a little over the top in this one, especially when Shin Se-gi kidnaps her and takes her to that one hotel,
Yeah.
and he's showing her that monkey that claps, and she's clapping around in a circle. I was like, what the hell is she
She was being
doing?
used.
I think she thought that's what Shinseki wanted
I
her to
was like,
do.
what?
Yeah, I mean, to be
is
fair, she was just, that's what it seemed like she was thinking, was like, what do I do? What does he want from me? Because she was
That's
trying to
true,
keep
that's
him from,
true.
freaking out at her. Though, to be fair, I don't think he actually would ever freak out at her.
Yeah, I don't think he would have. She was able to keep it
It was
pretty
his,
in check.
She was his weak point.
So yeah, her bro secretly likes her, but he's been secretly stalking Cha Do Hyun for a while now, cause he I don't know when he started stalking him, but
Because he found out about
he heard his
her
parents-
relationship to Cha Do Hyun's family.
Yeah,
Yes.
he heard his
DJs.
parents talking about them or something, and so he started investigating his family and shit. So he's almost to the level of healer, professional stalking.
Yeah,
So-
well, to be fair, because he's a mystery writer, he's got a lot of friends in the police department.
He's got them connections.
So that's how he knows about stuff, is through his detective bros.
Yeah, and he said later on in the drama that he started investigating Cha Do Hyun and that family because he wanted to figure out the missing memories that Ri Jin had.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she also has missing memories.
She does, and she's also connected to the the Cha family.
Yes. And so he wanted to find out those memories first in case they were upsetty or would be upsetty to her. And if they were, then he would like
cover it up.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because he's like all about making sure that she's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess that the broship in this drama is actually between Ri Jin and Dion.
Yeah, they have a really good sibling
They
relationship.
do. It's pretty good. I don't know why people were then like, oh, we want to see them together. And She Was Pretty was the result because, like, they were better as siblings than as, like, a couple.
Yeah.
They were bros. Why can't you appreciate their growing?
Because people be kinky. They want that incestuous shit.
Oh my,
Please don't come at us.
You need
Oh
to
my
calm down.
I'm pretty sure that's not why. I mean, people knew that wasn't why. I think people had second lead syndrome for Park Seo-joon pretty hard.
Wow. Cha Do Hyun was great though.
He was.
Cha Do Hyun입니다.
Segi was good too.
Not like Cha Do Hyun.
Right? I think like they had a pretty good relationship.
They did.
Cha Do Hyun and Ri Jin.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, then throughout like the drama, it's just like a series of his personalities like coming out
and causing funny things to happen.
Yeah.
Especially when Yuna comes out.
Yes.
Yuna likes Dion.
Yeah.
She even puts spit on his picture to claim him as her own.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Yup. But yeah, so they just come out as he journeys to find out what happened to him as a wee lad. Which is a hard time because he ends up finding out all the spicy deja vu that happened in his childhood.
Yeah, which is also linked to Ri Jin because we later find out that she was also at that house.
Yes, their childhoods are intertwined. I can't believe it.
Enough of that, Sandra.
Stop it.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah. Ri Jin just so happens to be Cha Do Hyun before Cha Do Hyun.
Yep.
So,
Cha Do Hyun took over her name because he was an out-of-wedlock child. So in order for him to be on his grandparents' register and be like a legitimized child, they had to get rid of Ri Jin and put him down as the OG Cha Do Hyun.
But wait, why was she on the family register?
Why
you see, her mama was forced to marry Cha Do Hyun's papa. Because his grandpa really liked her and she was really competent and smart. So she was like a really good fit for the business.
Yeah.
And was making the business thrive.
She was making them
marriages.
bake. They were
And
making
so,
bank with her.
she had this like arranged marriage with his papa, but then he like left because he wanted to be free.
Well, the papa had an inferiority complex and hated that his dad. He resented his dad for taking taking the side of his wife.
Yeah, so he was upsetting and jealous.
Yeah, and so he left suddenly, and
But before he left, he signed divorce papers and threw them at her.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
And she signed them as well, and then when she signed them, she went to the US to reunite with her
첫사랑. Yes, who was Jirin's papa.
Yeah.
Jirin? Ri
Jin's papa.
Yeah, or aka Cha Do Hyun. OG Cha Do Hyun.
OG Cha Do Hyun.
It's a little confusing.
Yes,
Cha Do Hyun with the little female symbol at the end.
Yeah, there you go.
So she was born in the US, but they were poor because her mom used all of the money that she had gained from being, part of the Cha family to pay for his medical bills because he was sickly.
And then he died.
Yep.
He perished.
Yes.
And he left Cha Do Hyun / Ri Jin with a stuffed bear, which he named Nana.
Yeah. Oh!
And that's where the other personality of Cha Do Hyun
came from.
male symbol came from.
Yes.
Well, we'll get back to that.
Yep.
But yeah, eventually the her ex father-in-law, who
Wow.
turned out to still be her father-in-law, because
He never submitted.
he
This
never
dude.
submitted the divorce papers. So technically, she's still married to Cha Do Hyun's papa, and so he's like. He's like, come back to Korea and come back to help with the company and shit,
'cause
because
they-
I guess it was going
tanking.
through rough times because she wasn't there.
They were no longer making bank.
Mhm. And so she's like, I can't. And then he's like, you must. He's like, what future will your child have? It's a child out of wedlock.
So they put her on the register,
Yeah.
and she became Cha Do Hyun instead of whatever her last name was originally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so they said that she was the child of Cha Do Hyun's papa,
Yep.
which is
What
not
was his name?
true.
Cha Pyong something?
Cha Jun Pyo.
Yeah, Cha Jun
I
Pyo.
remember because it's the same as Gu Jung Pyo.
Wow.
Oh yes. So yes.
And they don't tell the grandmama that
No.
she isn't
His daughter.
yeah, so she's really happy because she loves her son.
You know,
Yeah.
she wants them grandbabies.
Yep.
Them grandbabies.
Yeah. Babies.
Yes. And so he's at this time off exploring, being free,
Yep.
living
And
his life not rich and with commitment.
so he got
Mhm.
with Cha Do Hyun males. Mama.
Yeah.
Who at the time was named Cha Jung. What was it?
Cha Jun Young.
Jung
Yes.
Young.
That
Mm-hmm.
was Cha Do Hyun Male's OG name.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yes.
Jesus. And so, you know, they be living that
Poor life.
Yeah, but he's
Hashtag
happy.
poor life.
Yep, they're happy, but
Yeah.
I
the issue is that Cha Jung
Jun Young.
Jung Young
Yeah.
Cha
Jung
Jung Young has to go to school, and so they
Yeah.
need a family registry.
Yeah, he can't be being no burro or nothing.
Yeah, and so
Mhm.
Cha Jung Pyo wants Jung Young's mama to put him on her registry, and she's like, "What the hell? Why would we do that? We gotta
When
put him
you're
on your
rich."
registry."
She's
Yeah.
just after that money.
She was the only one that didn't seem happy at that time.
Yeah, and
literally.
so that's when he comes back home, but
And-
coincidentally, he comes home
Ooh.
just as Cha Do Hyun female's mama came back with her.
Well,
and
she's
so
been there, I think.
I think they had just arrived,
Mm.
and so he's like, "Who is this?" And the grandmama is like, "This is your daughter," and he's like,
Silly.
"I have never touched that woman in my
Yeah.
life."
Yep.
Yes.
Well, she doesn't tell the grandmama. He tells the grandpapa.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
grandmama is eavesdropping outside the door.
And she shook her
very shook.
pearls.
She does clutch her pearls.
Her
Oh my
antidote
Jesus.
goes up and everything.
Yep,
Yep.
her blood pressure drops or whatever.
Rises,
Yeah.
whatever it does.
Yep.
Yes.
Maybe it goes
It
sideways.
fluctuates.
And so she
Having a
becomes-
dance party.
She
in
becomes
there.
evil
Yep.
as a result.
Evil.
She gets bitter.
Mhm.
She's like, "Where's my grandbabies?"
Oh my jeez.
She didn't want a grandbaby male. She wanted a grandbaby female.
Yeah.
And then some other forces happen.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the forces of evil.
The forces
Yes.
of evil, which
They
turned
join
out
hands.
to be Cha Do Hyun male's uncle,
Mhm.
which we don't know how he's related to Cha Do
I
Hyun's
think
we
father.
got it.
We
We
got
got
it.
it.
Oh, you got it?
Discuss
Yes.
it.
Okay,
So-
tell me.
So, I think he is Cha Jun Pyo's papa's brother's son, which means they're cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, so then okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
So the G Mama is his aunt.
Aunt, yes.
He
And
is-
so
she is
Cha Do Hyun and the president dude are like second cousins, or
Yeah,
are
they even
third
said that they're
cousins?
second cousins.
Oh, second cousins.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
numbers are.
Well, it's different from Mexican cousin
We
lineages.
just call everyone cousins.
Well, you see,
My our dad's cousins would be our uncles, not our cousins,
yeah, we just
not our second cousins.
we don't call them cousins.
Yeah, we don't call them cousins. They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
uncles.
Anywho,
Where were we?
We're explaining what's happening with the
evil-
with the
Oh,
Cha Do
yes,
Hyun.
yes. So the evil uncle
Mhm.
or cousin, whatever he is, he
He's uncle to Cha Do Hyun.
yeah,
Yes.
he's cousin to
Jun
Jung
Pyo.
Pyo. He takes it upon himself because now Cha Jung Pyo has come back, so now his son will not be able to take over the company or whatever. He takes it upon himself to kill Grandpapa and Cha Do Hyun female's madre.
Yes, but he didn't mean to kill them. He just wanted to make it so that they wouldn't get to the airport, which would like spoil their whatever deal that they were going
Yes.
to like
Where were they going? They were going
I
to
don't
the
know
US.
where they were going, but
I
they
think
were
they were
gonna
going to the
on it. It
US.
was like a business trip, but he
Yeah.
just wanted them to like miss their flight so they would miss that meeting and the deal would like fall through.
Yep.
But I don't know what happened, and then there was like
There was a legit accident.
and then
So they
ended
perished.
up dying. Yeah,
And
Cha
So-
Jung Pyo, he didn't like what's her face, obviously.
yeah,
So he helped cover it up.
he
Yes.
did. But then also because now his ex-wife or wife or whatever she was, I don't know if the divorce was ever finalized or whatever.
Probably not.
He
Was
because
left
he
with her.
hated her so much, he like took that hatred and like projected it
child.
onto Cha Do Hyun female,
Yes.
and so he was abusive to her.
oh,
So he
which
would,
I
like,
cannot.
Anytime that Cha Do Hyun or Junyoung
Jun
Junyoung,
What's so hard about this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's too many
Even
Juns.
I get
There's
it, and I don't
Jung-pyo.
do names.
There's like Junpyo. I don't know.
Jung plus the papa.
Yes, anytime that Cha Jung-yo,
Young.
Young, see,
Yes,
see,
it's
that's
Young.
also confusing. I don't know. Anytime Jung Young would
Yes.
mess up on something, he would take it out on Cha Do Hyun and beat her up.
Yes.
And then he also kept her locked up in the basement. And then his Jung Young's actual mama, kind of, and his grandmama would just let
They
Jung
have
Pyo
it.
do whatever. They
Yeah.
like pretended like it wasn't happening.
which
Mhm.
is stupid.
And then on the night that Jung Pyo was set to take over the company,
He was gonna introduce Young.
Jung Young,
Yes.
except they had already set it up where he was gonna take on Cha Do Hyun's name anyways.
No, he wasn't gonna take his
Yeah.
name. They were just gonna let it be.
No, he was. I think they were going
No,
to do that.
They were gonna just let him be Cha
Oh.
Jun Young, but then because there was a fire and she disappeared and she was already on the family registry, instead
Oh,
of just
okay.
letting her
I see.
like mysteriously disappear, they changed the registry for female to male, and he took on her name.
How come they never added him to the registry then?
They were
Because-
going to when they introduced him,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
but then
Well, it worked out in their favor for adding him to the registry that the grandpapa and the Cha Do Hyun female's mom died.
yeah, and they also
Because
added him.
then he would be a widower and then he could register his marriage with Cha Jung Young's mom.
Yeah, but they also let him be Cha Do Hyun because he didn't remember his original name, and
Okay.
he claimed that he was.
No,
Yes.
no,
so what
no,
had
wait,
happened
no.
was that night
I can't
Cha-
believe you didn't let Perry
hold
talk.
on, no, we need to like backtrack and explain what happened.
Go,
So that night, Cha Jung Pyo is taking food to Cha Do Hyun. And
Yes.
he gets caught by his dad, and his dad gets pissed off about it because this could potentially ruin his big night.
Yes.
So he goes in there to go and beat her up. And so Cha Jung Pyo feels so guilty about it, and he can't handle it because he's a child and he can't handle complex trauma like that. So
Yes.
it causes him to dissociate, and he creates Shinsegi, which is his first identity then.
Yes.
And Shinsegi burns the place down. He starts a fire, which I don't know where Shinsegi got like gasoline, but he started a fire.
They were in the basement.
And so that, causes chaos, and his dad is able to get him out, but he insists that he needs to go get Cha Do Hyun. So the dad does feel bad and goes to try and get Cha Do Hyun out, but Cha Do Hyun's already been rescued by Ryun's mom, who was friends with Cha Do Hyun's mom, and Cha Do Hyun's mom told her that she needs to take that kid and watch her.
Yeah, she warned her before she went on the trip.
Yeah.
She told her that she was gonna be in the basement and that she had to take her out.
Yeah. And so Ryun's mom was a cook, and she got like a job catering this event and was able to get her out. But because of Cha Jung-pyo going back, he was like injured. Like, I guess he inhaled too much smoke, and that's what caused him to go into a coma, which I didn't know that could happen.
I didn't know. I don't know how reliable that is, but
yeah. Well, anyways, so that's when they were like, well, then Ryun's mom was like, hey, I've taken this child, don't look for her. And they used that as an opportunity to switch the Cha Do Hyuns.
Yes.
But then when Cha Do Hyun male gets taken out and is being like helped by the ambulance people, he's like passed out. And he wakes up and they ask him his name. But this was the first time that the Nana personality appeared. Yeah. Well, and the reason that it happened is because as he was like passing out, he was in hysterics and he was like, get Cha Do Hyun out, get Cha Do Hyun out. So like she was on his mind, basically.
Yes.
So the Nana personality appears, and the Nana personality is actually Cha Do Hyun female.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like his fears from when he was a childhood. And so when they ask him what his name was, he says Cha Do Hyun because that is
Nana.
It's that personality that
was
came
the
out.
Personality.
And apparently that was his personality for like a while.
Yeah.
That personality was out for a while.
Yes. Which I didn't get the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yes. And then after that, the Nana personality had been dormant until like he went back to Korea.
And then like met Ri Jin, and basically Ri Jin ends up being kind of a trigger for his personalities to come out anyways because of that history that they have, which they both don't remember.
Yes.
And then towards the end of the drama, Ri Jin also starts remembering stuff.
Man, children's minds are so fragile.
They are.
Because they can't understand like complex things. They literally will blame themselves for whatever like catastrophic events will happen. And that's when the trauma sets in. And that's why Cha Do Hyun dissociated. Because his dad was literally telling him, if you do bad, then she's gonna get punished. So everything was literally his fault.
Yeah.
And he internalized all of that.
Yep.
Aigo.
Which sucks. It was very sad. And then like one thing that I kind of didn't get, well, I got it, like I know the reason why the dad was abusive towards Cha Do Hyun female was because of his hatred of his ex-wife and because he felt inferior to her, blah blah blah. But
still no excuse. It's
not an excuse, and I also feel like that's not, like, considering how nicely he treated Jung Young, it doesn't, like, make sense to me that he would be abusive towards another child like that.
I think also because of the added stress of being back in the environment where he was like he had to be a certain way and his freedom was cut off and he had to like abide by his like father and his mother and like the company's standards. I think that added stress just like might have broke him, but it's still like no excuse for what he did.
I just feel like if somebody's gonna be abusive towards one child, they're gonna be abusive towards all children.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he would have been able to like not be abusive towards Cha Jung Pyo or Cha Jung Young as well.
Yes, it was a very drastic change.
Yeah.
But I guess it could happen in like people who like take in like other people's children.
That's true. That does make sense. Anyways, continue on with the plot.
Oh, where were we?
I don't know. You're the one doing plot.
Where I just had that after that. After much Hwang crying, Cha Do Hyun's personalities decide to be one, and we sadly say goodbye.
Well, I guess both Cha Do Hyun and Oh Ri Jin find out what their past was.
Yes.
And then
Cha Do Hyun remembers his past first.
He does,
and then he tries to like distance himself from Ri Jin so that she doesn't have to like go through all those painful memories, because originally he thought that he was the one that was being abused by his dad.
Yes.
But he later realizes that it was her that was being abused. And so he didn't want her to remember that. Yep. And he felt bad because he still like blamed himself for her getting abused. And so he tries to distance himself from her, but she like is already on it, and she already like gets that her painful memories might like he might not want her to remember them, and that's why he wants to leave. Yeah. And she's like, fine. It's like, if you have the courage to turn your back on me, then go for it. Yeah. And so he does.
But then they eventually come back together.
Yeah, his personalities like keep coming out, and they keep like going to her house. Yeah. So subconsciously they're just like making him want to be around her.
Yeah. And back to, I guess we didn't really touch on what was going on with the company people. Cha Do Hyun's male, like the real life, like Cha Do Hyun.
Cha Do Hyun in the present. We're done talking about the children.
Yeah. Cha Do Hyun's uncle and his cousin have been actively trying to like dig up some information on him so that they can get him kicked out and get his shares like taken away. So eventually the cousin finds out that he has dissociative identity disorder, and by this time the grandma already knows, and the grandma has now accepted him or whatever.
Well, she hasn't really accepted it. She's just like been not like yet. Well, I mean, because she like kicked him out when she first found out, and but because she kicked him out, that reflected badly on her.
So she brings him back in. Yeah.
And at that time she like already knows. Yeah. And she's just like, well, hide it, basically.
Yeah, the mom also finds out, and she also tells him to hide it.
Yeah, because the mom is like after like the power, basically. Yeah. Because she feels that she feels wronged because they've been treating her so badly. Yeah. And Cha Do Hyun, in the meantime, with his secretary, has been digging up dirt on the cousin and uncle as well. And so they have a meeting, the cousin, the uncle, Cha Do Hyun, and his grandmama. And the cousin is like, you have dissociative. Yeah, you have dissociative identity disorder, and that doesn't look good for the company, blah, blah, blah. And Cha Do Hyun's like, well, you guys have been laundering money, and you guys can go to jail for that. So
and your dad also caused the accident that killed my mama and my grandpapa.
It wasn't his mama.
His mama on the family register.
Yeah, because technically
it's his mama on the family register.
Man, legally. That was great.
Yeah. And so then the grandmama accepts him, but he says that he's gonna go, or she tells him to go to the US, get treated, come back and take over the company.
And that she'll save him his position and will protect the company meanwhile.
Yeah.
But he doesn't end up going to the US. He just like stays in Korea.
He basically has a year off.
He takes a gap year. Yep. He goes and he part-times at Ri Jin's family's little
It's a brewery.
brewery place. Yeah. He's a terrible part-time worker.
Yep. And then also before this happened, his papa woke up from his coma conveniently, and he asked Ri Jin for forgiveness, but Ri Jin said that she was not ready to give forgiveness to him, and instead she would give her forgiveness to Segi.
She didn't say she was gonna forgive him. She said that she was gonna understand.
Yeah. Well, she said she wasn't ready,
understand him.
and that instead she would forgive Segi.
She told him to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And this was when we were already in the process of saying goodbye to the personalities. What is that called?
What? Amalgamation?
Amalgamation.
Something like that.
When all the personalities start to merge.
Family, we are one. Family.
Wow. Anyways, the first to go is Perry Park.
Yes.
Because he's the oldest.
Yeah, so he had to set an example for the other ones.
And it turns out that Perry Park is based off of how Cha Do Hyun remembers his dad back before they moved into the house.
When he was happy and living a free life.
And he had promised to buy his dad a boat, and he asked what they would name him, and his dad said they would name him Perry Park.
Yeah.
Because he went by Park back then.
Yes.
Yeah. To hide his Cha identity. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of Chas out there.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyways, so they say goodbye to Perry Park,
but
and
then
it's sad.
Another personality emerges.
Oh,
after that.
But it turns out that Mr. X, which is the new personality, is just Nana's, or like,
it's based
female
off
Cha Do
of
Hyun's real papa.
Yeah.
Well, not his real papa.
Or
it's
her
what
real papa.
Her imagination.
What she imagined her papa to be like.
Yeah.
Or not what she imagined him to be like. What
remembered that he
Jun Young's papa, or what Jun Young imagined her papa to be like for her.
Yeah,
because children.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a magician.
Yeah,
he was a magician,
part-time musician. Yeah.
But yeah, he came out basically to help Nana, Nana's personality move on, because she was too young and she didn't know how.
And I think she was the second one to move on, right?
No.
Yeah.
Right. Wasn't it Yosub and Yosub?
No. Yosub said goodbye second to... he said goodbye to Jeeting, but he didn't move on yet.
It's Ri Jin's here.
Ri Jin. What did I say?
You said Jeeting.
Wow. I can't, but it's rubbing off on me.
She ain't no Jeeting syndrome.
Yeah, I think he said goodbye first, actually, before even Perry Park said goodbye.
He said goodbye, but he didn't disappear.
He didn't disappear yet. But that was the last time that we saw him out.
Yeah, and then it was Mr. X and Nana left. And then it was Yuna came out, and then she left with Yosop. Yeah.
She left with Yosop.
Angrily
harassing
after she got and harassing Ri Jin too. She wrote on her forehead in marker
what was it? Kichibe.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Kichibe. Something Kichibe. I don't know what fierce is, but Kichibe is.
She didn't say fierce.
Yeah, she did. She said
intimidating.
Wench. Oh, intimidating wench.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. And then I think it was just Segi that was left.
Yeah, Segi
was the last one.
Yeah. And she got gifts for everybody. And then she said that she didn't know what to get him, so that so a kiss would have to be enough for him, because he was like trying to get with her. So technically he was the second male lead.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was. But then he leaves.
Yeah.
Man,
Cha Do Hyun is left.
It was so sad when all the personalities left.
It was quite sad, but it was bittersweet because then that meant that Cha Do Hyun had become better,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to process his trauma and move on.
Yes.
They became one.
Yes.
Family.
we are one. Wow. Anyway,
Hashtag
We were
the Lion
out
King
of
2.
tune.
yes. Well, well, when
I
are we
can't
ever
believe you,
in tune?
Sandra.
You right.
Well, was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. The ending was a little anticlimactic for
it
me.
was, yeah, but I mean,
It's better than
how
a lot
do
of
you-
other dramas
yeah,
we've seen.
it was
Healer.
a lot better. Oh, definitely better.
Anyways, Cha Do Hyun's secretary ends up taking a role in the company
Yeah,
and
he's like
making them
executive director.
a
something.
bunch of money.
He's making a bank.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And Cha Do Hyun is his advisor.
Hell yeah.
Which is funny because his parents think that he's unemployed.
Oh,
And,
not his parents. Ri Jin's
Ri
parents.
Jin's parents think that he's unemployed.
Yeah,
and,
but he's got that trust fund.
yeah, they just don't know it yet.
Mhm.
They never find out who he is. They're still calling him Perry.
Yeah, they
still
are.
call him Perry
I'm
Park.
sure he'll come clean eventually.
Yeah.
Because when the way he met them was that
He was
when
Perry Park.
Yeah.
freaking Rion was stalking him, so he was on the same plane as him when he was going back to Korea,
Oh.
and he came in as Shin Segi onto the plane because Segi was the one that wanted to go to Korea, and
Yes.
then he fell asleep, and then he woke up as Perry Park, and then he was having some drinking time with Rion.
Yeah.
So they
But
became
Leon
buddies.
knew that he was Cha Do Hyun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he just went along with him being Perry Park.
Yeah.
They became buddies supposedly. I
Yeah.
don't know if Rion was really his buddy. But
Freaking
then
Leon.
he ends up going to his house to get more beer later
Yeah.
as Perry Park.
Yeah.
But then before he
Last
can get his
minute
beer,
he switches.
to Cha Do Hyun.
Yeah.
So then he has to keep his Perry identity up.
Yeah, that's
and that's
true.
why the parents think he's Perry Park.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a special appearance at the end when Omega releases Cha Do Hyun's his newest
No,
romance
this is what
novel.
happened. I figured
His
out what
first
happened
one.
is that he releases his first romance novel called Kill Me, Heal Me,
Mhm.
which is based off of Cha Do Hyun and Oh Ri Jin.
Mhm.
Ri Jin finds out that he released this, and she's like, he's gonna pay for this.
Yeah.
And then I think she sent this girl to pretend to be Yuna.
Oh,
that
is
makes
that
sense.
what
Yep.
happened? That does make sense. I thought it was funny that they it was a special appearance with it was Sonoshi De's Yuri, but I think it would have been perfect if it had been Yuna,
Yuna.
instead of Yuri.
Yep. And so
Yeah.
she pretends to she says that her name is Yuna and is
Yuna.
acting like Yuna because
Yeah.
she did this thing where she's like, I'm coming to you, oppa.
Yeah.
And she did that.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. So that was Ri Jin getting back at him for like publishing her life story
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Cha Do Hyun told him to publish it.
That's
She
true,
did.
but she doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
Yeah. It was pretty great drama.
It was
fabulous.
It was fabulous.
This is the
You gotta
first
watch
time
it.
I watched it in 5 years.
Yeah.
And it was even
It's been
better
a couple
this time.
years since I watched it.
This is
and
the first time I've ever watched it. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we talk about our ratings?
All right.
You weren't gonna say any the character stuff, Nina?
I kind of did.
Yeah, she kind of did.
Wait,
Oh,
it
we
was-
never talked about the Cheon one.
Chaebol?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There
Well,
was-
she was unimportant.
she really was.
She was.
Yeah.
She was Cha Do Hyun's chosaram.
Supposedly. Because he didn't remember Cha Do
Ri
Hyun
Jin.
female.
Yeah.
And he was gonna like ask her out, but then Segi came out when he was in the States, and so he ended up giving up on her.
Yeah.
And then she came back and she became engaged with his cousin. And then Cha Do Hyun comes back, and then she's like technically the second female lead, but she doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
she was pretty useless.
she was a pretty mellow second female lead.
She like
She
kind
didn't
of like
cause too many issues.
she like
Yeah.
kind of like was trying to cause some jealousy and stuff, but
it didn't really work.
it was whatever.
She
Yeah.
didn't try hard enough.
Nope.
But towards the end, she did end up giving her like support of her shares to Cha Do Hyun.
She
She
did.
said she was
Yeah.
going to.
I think she did anyways,
but we never
Yeah.
really saw this big, huge shareholder meeting that was gonna
No.
happen.
I thought it was gonna
So
happen,
what-
but it didn't.
Same.
But then when he told her, because she was like, I want to marry you, basically, and she even went to go get the support of the grandma,
Yeah.
he tells her that he has DID, and she is like devastated.
She
so,
can't take it.
So that
Yeah.
implies that she's not actually going to be with him, but I think she still gave him his shares anyways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I wanted him to tell everyone he had DIDs.
Well,
I thought he would.
I don't think he's
I
gonna.
couldn't
That
re-
would not have ever happened because
Yeah,
of the stigma
that's
that there
true.
is around it.
I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what happened at the end, but they kept
Same.
bringing up this shareholder meeting, so I thought he was like gonna go in, and then like the cousin and the uncle were gonna be there, and they were gonna be like, he has DID, and then
Yeah.
he was gonna be like, but before they got a chance to say that, he was gonna go in there and he was gonna start off the meeting, and he was gonna be like,
They're
I have
money
something
laundering.
to tell you. I have DID.
Yeah,
that's
'Cause
what
he
I
said
thought was gonna
Yeah,
happen,
because he
too.
said that he was gonna start the shareholder meeting with like full transparency or something.
think that
But that
Things
never like ended up
changed.
happening.
I thought he.
I think that was his original plan, and then things just kind of like went off the rails of what he planned originally.
When he was telling his mom that he had DID, and then he threatened to tell everyone, I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna do that,
Yeah.
but no.
And I think also it helped that he had that amalgamation before
Yes.
that.
But I guess since they had their little mini meeting with the uncle and the cousin and the grandma,
He didn't have to do that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. True.
Yup.
All right, who's gonna start off the ratings?
Better can start since you
Okay.
recommended it.
Well, our Oh, why did you recommend this drama?
It's great.
Okay. Wow.
And it's like funny, and it had been the only like mental health drama I had watched, so I thought that was cool. And so one of my life goals is to meet someone with DID, but DID is really rare to like. It's really hard to diagnose, and so I really want to meet someone who has DID, and so I thought it was really great
And
that
again,
this drama had DID.
For new listeners, Benner has a degree in psychology.
Yes.
So this is not just us or her like just fangirling over a disorder.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
She just finds it interesting.
Mhm.
Speaking
Mhm.
of that, Benner, how accurate was the
The
stuff in this
portrayal.
With DID,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about DID. I'm pretty sure it's like there's like I think they got like the gist of how like the trauma and how it would create dissociation and like these separate personalities and stuff, but they didn't really go too in depth with like the mental health aspect of it.
Yeah, which
drama. It
is
was
fine.
focusing on the
Mhm.
trauma. I
It
think.
was focusing
And it
on
was
him
also-
recovering his memories.
And it was also focusing on the story rather than it
Yeah.
trying to be like a realistic portrayal.
Yeah, it
as
wasn't
well.
very
Yeah.
realistic.
it wasn't very realistic, but they got that there had to be like huge trauma.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because obviously you don't get magical tattoos when you
Oh,
get
yeah.
DID.
Although I
There
have
has
heard that
been,
you
reports
do,
where like there can be like physical changes.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like you suddenly have piercings that you didn't before when
Piercing.
like when you're a normal personality, or like when it's like your actual person and then you switch to a new personality, you have like
I don't
piercings
know
or
how
something.
much of that is true, but I have heard that there's like physical changes, and
Like-
I have heard that there's been research on whether they've like coming because of this. There has been like research to see like on the biological aspect to see if there are certain ways that we can automatically like turn genes on and off, which would cause these physical changes, which we can turn genes on and off. Like, that's what causes all these physical aspects in us. So there has been, like, research on that. But, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've
about
heard-
whether there'd, like,
I've-
be piercing.
It might not be like accurate. Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. I just want to clarify. I don't know if this is like accurate or not, but I have
Mhm.
heard that, you know, like one personality has piercings and the other one doesn't.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
piercings manifest or whatever.
I've heard people saying that there's been personalities that like need glasses, but then
Mhm.
other ones don't. But
Yep.
never like any physical holes in your
Yeah,
body
yeah.
with one
That's what-
personality
yeah,
and
that's
then
it.
another one.
I don't know how accurate it is. Again, could be completely.
I
not.
also don't think that they like it's painful whenever a new personality comes out.
Yeah, I don't think it's painful.
I don't think so. With any dissociative disorder, regardless if it's dissociative identity disorder, there's just blocks of times that you don't remember,
Mhm.
which they also mentioned in the drama too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cha Do Hyun never knew like what happened when his other personalities were out.
Yeah, and I don't
Mhm.
think the personalities knew what happened when Cha Do Hyun was out either.
Yeah, no,
No.
it's like lost time.
Yeah.
They did at sometimes he was co-conscious.
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 That's hard to say. With he was
Co-conscious.
with Segi once and then with Mr. X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then during those times they could remember.
Yeah. I've never heard of that, but I again haven't really like looked too much into DID. Just like from what I learned at school and stuff.
Anyways, moving on to our ratings.
Yeah.
Our
So-
system, we rate based on watchability, plot/story, character/performance, OST/sound design, and cinematography/visuals. And then we average those to find our overall rating.
Yeah. So for watchability, I gave it a 10 because there's just so much going on, and you just kept wanting to watch it, and that plot twist was like insane. I remember the first time I watched it,
Well,
I
that's
was
more
like,
plot/story.
oh yeah, you're right. So when we got to plot/story, I gave it a 9 because that plot twist was insane. It's been like the biggest plot twist in any of the K-dramas I've watched.
Yeah,
And I was
same.
like, Jesus. Yeah.
And the plot twist again is that Cha Do Hyun
Is Cha Do Hyun.
took over Cha Do Hyun's name,
Yeah.
or Oh Ri Jin's original name, which was Cha Do Hyun.
I remember the first time I watched that too. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shook it.
Yup.
For character/performance, I gave it a 9 because there was sometimes when they were just Ryujin's character was just a little over the top for me, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
For OST/sound design, I give it a 9. Great OST. Yeah.
Yes, the
Mhm.
OST is my favorite OST.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The auditory hallucinations one.
Yes.
It is a
Yes.
crime that it has not been put on Spotify.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not there's like none of the
Yeah, none of
OSTs
them
from
are on-
this drama
are
are
on
on Spotify.
What's wrong with you, freaking
Rude.
NBC?
Anyways, for cinematography/visuals, I gave it an 8. They tried to do some like visual type things when they were like when Cha Do Hyun was like inside his head, or when they were like remembering their olden times memories when they were wee lads, but it was kind of cringy to me.
You
and
could
I was
tell it
like,
was green
"What?"
screen.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I know. It's like, this isn't very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some cool thing that they did do though, not when they were in their memories, was sometimes like during the part where Ri Jin and Cha Do Hyun are at the hospital, they had like a mirror that only reflected Cha Do Hyun, and then Segi came out.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So they always had like mirror thingies on Cha Do
Yeah.
Hyun because he has the DID.
Nice.
And then also I noticed that whenever Segi would come out or when there was about to be a change, there would be red light and green lights.
Oh, yes, I did see that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I gave this drama a 9. It's a great drama.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, for watchability, I gave it a 9.5 because I had to stop halfway through because I got kind of bored at like episode 15. But then when I came back to it, I marathoned through the rest of it. So that's why it's a 9.5 because of that little blip. For plot / story, I gave it a 9 because they kind of took too long to start getting into the into Cha Do Hyun's past. It was well past like the halfway point when they got into it, and I get that they were trying to keep you invested in the mystery of it, but I feel like they could have given us more clues throughout. For character / performance, I give it a 9.5 because the only thing that I didn't really like that much was Oh Ri Jin being over the top sometimes. Oh, and for plot / story, I also kind of wanted to know more about like Oh Ri Jin's parents and how they were involved in it and how taking her in like kind of changed their lives and stuff. For OST / sound design, I gave it a 10 also because the OST was great. And then also the sound design was also great. They had you knew when on top of like the visual cues of when there was going to be a switch, there was sound design to go along with it to let you know that there was going to be
Is it that high
a personality switch. No, it wasn't a high pitched thing. It was a motif. It was a song, and it was a silly song.
For each personality?
It was the same one. It was like a whimsical song that was kind of silly that would play. It would start playing when he was about to switch.
I don't remember, but yeah.
I don't remember either.
I can't with you people.
Carry on.
For cinematography / visuals, I give it an 8 because it also was kind of meh. Oh, and my overall was a 9.
For watchability, I gave it a 10 because it was also great. You got through it pretty easy. I also thought that it didn't get boring for me. For plot and story, I said 10. I didn't really mind. What was it that you said?
Me?
Yeah.
They didn't like get into the mystery until
yeah.
like more than halfway through.
I didn't really mind that. It didn't feel like it came too late.
And also, I think that they also like the whole like thing with the uncle and the cousin was kind of like an afterthought almost.
Yeah.
And even more so, the Chaeyoung was even more of an afterthought.
Yeah,
I was also gonna say for that, like at the end, like it's throughout the drama, it seemed like his cousin and his uncle were gonna put up like this huge fight, and it was gonna be
just kind of gave up really
hard.
quickly.
Yeah, it was gonna be like really hard for him to like actually like get a position in the company, and then like the shareholders weren't gonna like allow it or anything. His DID was gonna be revealed, and then like at the end, like nothing happens. His uncle just leaves after they accuse him of like laundering money.
Yep.
Yeah, but the main point of this drama was their trauma and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I was focused on most, and I think that's why I didn't really care about the other things.
Yeah.
Then the characters, I said 10. Ri Jin was over the top sometimes, but I mostly focused on Cha Do Hyun and his personalities.
I
That's
also
true.
didn't
And-
really like Cha Do Hyun as a person, so that kind of like
How dare
he was just kind of like too meek.
Well, but there was a reason why he was like
I,
that.
I get that.
And
yeah.
at the end,
he did improve, which was good.
he definitely had a lot of character development, which a lot of it was due to him like absorbing these different parts of his personality that had been shattered.
Yes.
So he became a whole person and
he
was able
did.
to show more nuances.
I did
And-
like Shin Se-gi a lot.
Yeah, the actor Ji Sung, he did great at playing all those personalities.
He did. My favorite
Yeah.
was Yuna.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
gonna say Yuda.
Like
Freaking
his
Yuda.
the difference between Cha Do Hyun and Shin Se-gi, even though they were like the closest, you could really tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even his voice.
Yeah.
He changed. He
Yeah.
definitely changed his voice. He changed
For
his
like every
mannerisms.
personality.
Even changed the way he like looked.
Yeah.
Like the way he gazed at people, which was a thing. He was like, "This person with this gaze, I am Cha Do Hyun,
Yeah.
or I am Shin Se-gi."
Yeah, even when Shin Se-gi was dressed as Cha Do Hyun, you could tell that it was Shin Se-gi.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
it
that was great.
Then OST, obviously a 10.
Mhm.
That OST
Wow.
is fabulous.
If you've seen our about sections on our website, you know that Auditory Hallucinations is one of Battery's favorite OSTs.
Yeah.
Also, the instrumental songs were great.
Yup.
And then visual and cinematography, I said 7 because of the things stated by Sam Ramban.
Yeah.
So overall, I got a 9.4. So that means it's tied with YB.
Is that your highest rated one?
So
Yeah.
is it like a 9? Are you rounding it up or down?
Up.
Okay.
So it's a 9.5.
Yeah.
My only 9.5 is Full House.
I can't remember my ratings, so don't ask.
Wow.
Didn't you give Psycho But It's Okay like a full
You gave
10?
it a 10.
No, I didn't.
You did.
There was no.
You
Oh,
you
she
got
had
a
like a
9.8 and you
9.5.
rounded up to
okay,
to
yeah,
10.
you're right. That was a good
Wow.
drama.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite.
Yes, I don't know why it took me so long to rewatch this drama. But
Right?
This is why
shame
we're
on young
doing
me.
this.
Shame on young me.
This is why we're doing this podcast so we can watch more dramas. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fabulous. Then, do you guys have anything else to add?
Not
Did you guys have
really,
favorite
no.
parts?
Oh, yeah, we should do some favorite parts.
My favorite part was always when Yuna would come out and Joon would be there.
Yeah, those were good. I also
Yes.
like the part where Yuna first came out and her and Ri Jin ended up having a public
Jesus.
fight.
Yeah.
She went to go fangirl over a group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. And then whenever Perry Park came out, it was
Yes,
also
Perry
good.
Park.
Perry Park was pretty great.
Mhm. Oh my Jesus! You know what? We said there was no bromance, but there was. It was between Perry Park and Ri Jin's dad.
Yes,
Right.
oh my Jesus.
They
Christ.
became
became
Dong-seng
bros.
and Sung.
Yes,
Song. Which
That's
is
great.
how
That's
you
the
say Hyung in
Satori
that
Hyung.
Satori.
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
Hey.
My favorite part, I think, was the part where Shin Se-gi wanted Ri Jin to choose between him and Cha Do Hyun, so he made
Yeah,
that
the-
wheel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was
Yeah.
great too.
And it was like a little sliver that
Oh,
was
Cha
just
Do
Cha Do
Hyun.
Hyun and the rest was Shin Se-gi.
And it still
Yeah.
landed on Cha Do Hyun. And he
then he
ended up
almost
saying
had-
it was
yeah.
invalid. He had a
almost had a
conniption.
mental breakdown.
Membung.
Yeah.
That was
great. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yup.
That was fabulous.
Oh my Jesus, you know what else happened that was great?
What?
Orion and Ri Jin, did the Team Rocket motto in
Oh my
Korean.
Jesus, you're right. They did. That was great.
I hadn't noticed it was the Team Rocket motto the first time I watched it.
I can't with
I
you.
thought it was something they made up.
Wow.
And then I went and I looked it up because they said
you.
Team Rocket in it. I don't know how I didn't realize. But I looked it up
They
and
even
it's
did the
literally,
motions.
it's literally
They
the
did
Team
the
Rocket motto.
motions.
I can't believe you.
I was excited.
Oh my Jesus.
Wow, very
Wow.
nice.
I
Barry
also
has
like.
recently gotten into Pokemon again.
Wow.
So
She's always been into Pokemon.
I took
was
a break
dormant.
for 10 years.
Wow.
My
she was exploring Digimon during the time.
yeah. it was dormant like Nana was dormant in Cha Do Hyun.
Wow,
right.
I can't. Oh, I also liked how Ri Jin and Rion named their dog Rina.
Oh
yeah. It was like a sibling.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like
That's great.
Mante.
Monkey, yeah.
That is great. Anyways, I think that's it then.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't believe you. I can't even believe you.
I got distracted.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. That's it for Kill Me, Heal Me. Join us next time for another K-drama review.
Yes.
In the meantime, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Kdrama_weekly. Find us on Facebook at K-Drama Weekly Podcast and email us at kdramaweeklypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can also visit our website, kdramaweeklypodcast.com, where you can find all of our podcasts.
Yeah.
Podcast episodes as well as some blog posts.
Hey.
And you can catch some of our mini reviews over on our YouTube channel, K-Drama Weekly, as well as our behind the scenes recordings of us recording our podcast episodes.
Yeah, but
Like this one.
behind the scenes, she means it's literally the podcast episode, but with camera.
Yeah.
Where you can see our
So
faces.
you can be our viewers.
instead of our listeners.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
Okay, that's it.
괴물들인 넌 하늘은 떠나지 못한 너의 모습이 잠든 나를 깨우고 나서 다시 입을 맞추고 사랑해서 사귀던
If you drink from his baby Yoda, it's
Yeah.
like you're kissing his forehead.
Show us.
Wow. Oh no, I drank it all.
Or the back of his head.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Baby Yoda.
Okay, turn us off.